Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to display duration or countdown information in your apps with SwiftUI. I have a simple app prepared here. When it is launched, it immediately shows the duration text that counts upwards. And I also have a start countdown button here. When pressed, it will start a countdown from 10 minutes and it will go towards 0. Let's see how we can achieve it with SwiftUI. For the first duration counter, I have a text here. It uses a custom text initializer that accepts the start date and the style parameter. And the start date is the now, so date.now. So whenever the content view is initialized, start date is set as now. Then we provide it here and we provide .timer for the style. And that's it. When we do it and run the app, the application will immediately show the duration information over here, and this text will also format it nicely. And for the countdown here, as you know, I have a button here, and whenever I press it, it restarts the countdown. And for that, I have a different date here, which is initially nil. But when the button is pressed, I set that countdown end date to a value by using the current calendar. And by using the current calendar date method, I'm creating a new date with respect to right now that is 10 minutes away. So by adding seconds of value of 600, I'm initializing a date that is 10 minutes future from the current date. And when the countdown end date has a valid value, this iflet evaluates to true, then we compute a range. And it's a closed range of type date, and it starts from date.now until countdown end date. So when we have this range, the counter will know until when to count. And here this time we are going to use a different initializer for text. This time we are going to be using the timerInterval initializer, and we will provide this range we just computed here. And we're also going to set counts down to true. And when we do it, it will start the timer from 10 minutes and it will count down until 0 and it will stop at 0. If you want, you can also set this counts down to false. And if you run this again, your timer can start from 0 and count upwards until 10 minutes. That's very easy and it works really nicely. And also if you put the app in the background and spend some time there and come back to foreground, it works fine. So it also counted those times when the application was not on the foreground. The system updates the timers properly. With UIKit and manual timers though, this was a painful experience because when we put the app in the background, we had to keep a reference to the date when the app went in the background. And then when the app came back to foreground later on, we would need to compute between these two dates, like how long the user was away from the app, so we can update our timer manually. It is really cumbersome and error prone and not really so precise. But with SwiftUI, as you can see, it works really nicely and with a lot less code, and the API is also very nice. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.